Okay, so you know how Yahoo, Alta Vista, Ask Jeeves, all these websites are doing great nowadays? I have a really good idea. All right. All right. We're gonna run over someone's dog.
Okay. Yeah. I'm here.
Oh, okay, you're in. All right.
Oh, that's yeah. Good plan, boss.
Sorry, was there something else?
Cyberdog. Woo!
Was there something else to the
Cyberdog.
plot? That's as far as I got on that thought.
Cyberdog.
I'm sure we'll get plenty of investors.
Welcome to Ruff Cuts.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Rex was Gino's best friend.
What do you see? What are you doing running around here dressed like that?
This is going to revolutionize medicine.
But an accident
What's up?
left him needing a miracle.
Please, Rex.
Let's take him to my lab. It's close by.
A miracle only science could provide.
Rex is going to be as good as new, right?
Maybe better. Let's use the theta chip.
The most powerful artificial intelligence chip ever developed in a dog?
That is what he needs.
Now he's more than just a pet.
Hey, Rex, what does it feel like to be the $6 million dog?
And his family aren't the only ones
Cool.
who want a piece of him.
There's movement on the theta chip.
That chip talks to every computer chip on the planet. Do you know what that means?
You could steal more money than you could ever spend.
Right.
Let's use the kid as bait.
They're not gonna stop till they get Rex.
I think he's scared, Mom. You kidding? He's the bravest dog in the whole world.
Cybermutt.
God damn it.
Hi, this is our podcast about good boys and bad movies, which is where we watch a bad dog movie and then immediately talk about it, like 5 minutes after, because that's a good idea.
And we're a professional organization, and this is an operation where no one gets drunk.
No, absolutely not. Happy New Year's Eve. This is our last podcast of the old year because we're doing it literally on New Year's Eve. Like, two hip and happening people. Hi, it's the host Boix.
I'm Boix.
I'm also the other host. My name's Ilian. We're not drinking. There's no drinking happening.
No, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it actually hasn't been, which is really. I kind of wish
should have been. There should have been.
I bought a whole bunch of stuff for tonight, but I just didn't think that I'd need it yet.
This is a part 2 of our Lost Media Mutt series.
Apparently.
I guess.
Why did we... Is that a thing we were doing? Was this a...
It is now. It's now.
Fuck. Can we stop?
I guess, because we did Monster Mutt last episode.
With awesome special guest co-buddy.
Yep, and this episode we did Cybermutt, a different mutt. This mutt's a dog.
This mutt cybers.
This mutt cybers all of the internet. In the .com era.
But it doesn't pee.
It doesn't piss. That's important. They bring it up like 4 times or something. How not pissing.
They have a song about how not pissing this dog is. How much does
Cybermutt, he doesn't pee except when he feels like it, because he's Cybermutt.
They don't even pee. Well, I guess they do that sometimes.
Man, I don't get it. What do we have to do to get a third dog that pisses acid? Come on. They even just removed his piss entirely. No wonder why this dude went broke during the .com era. He has no fresh ideas.
No. This is a made-for-TV movie. which came out on VHS and is nowhere else. It's completely lost media outside of VHS. Right?
Yeah. It's a made-for-TV movie by George Miller.
Not that one.
Wait, no, not that George Miller. Sorry, not that one.
Yeah, a different George Miller. And it feels like, you know how like Lost Skeleton of Cadavra is a joke movie making fun of 1950s like black and white sci-fi serials? It's like that, but for 90s dog movies.
But not on purpose.
It's like if you and I
but
made
not
a movie
on
just
purpose.
making fun of these movies, and then that was this.
We've said that a couple times about some movies that it feels a bit like that, but this one might be the most of that, because it's... Oh, this thing's... it's kind of incredible. It's one of those movies where I'm like, wait, do we recommend this to people? Or is it just that we have been so dog-pilled after 170 movies?
We might be dog-pilled.
We might be dog-pilled. Like, it might just be that it's only funny to us, because, like, we're immediately like, oh, man, the bingo card is fucking blackout on this one. Like, 5 minutes in, it's like... Mom's dead, kids, like, inventor dad, like,
bullies.
They just on and on, like, the bullies, the whole thing. It is absolutely every trope you can imagine instantly. Like, it's so damn fast how quickly it goes.
It's everything. But it's fast, but it's also, like, it has the drama, but the drama's bad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not supposed to be laughing at this kid's dad being dead, but it's very funny.
We were immediately, like, it was, 30 seconds into the movie, where, because, like, well, what it is, alright, so here, let's set the scene for the opening of the film. The kid's at home, and he's gotten off of school, I guess, and he's doing a hyperactive thing with the dog, where they even, like, speed up the footage, so he's, like, running around the living room with the dog, chasing him, and then the mom's like, oh, did you just get home from school? And he's like, yep, and she goes, and it's got this happy, upbeat music, and then immediately cuts and goes to, like, dark, dramatic music. She goes, well, I know how hard it is since your dad's been dead.
Since your dad's
You're like, what the fuck?
Super dead. And it's also...
seconds!
It's really bad that you still have no friends, and it's been a year, and you have no friends, son. You're friendless. And then it worked up to him, like, in his bedroom crying. She's like, oh, he's crying about having no friends and his dead dad again.
Like, from the 10 seconds into the movie of him, like, chasing this dog around and having a great day. And then his mom's like, oh, you friendless dead dad loser. Oh, I see you.
Thanks, Mom.
Like, what? The hard cut and just the setup, quote unquote, of what these characters are is incredible.
How was your day at school?
Nothing to call home about.
What'd you do afterwards?
The usual. Watch TV, hung out with Rex.
You know, if you want to
way
have
off,
friends
yeah.
over, that's okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have any friends, Mom.
Jesus Christ. Is this a made-for-TV movie? What is this? It came out on tape and, I think, DVD. It might not be DVD, actually. This might be straight-up VHS lost
Oh my
media.
god. Is he just bawling because he has no friends? Did we just immediately
Oh my god!
What the This is sure a turn. They do that a lot in this movie. There is a ton of, like, happy, upbeat music, cut, horrible downbeat music, and, like, just a total 180 in tone.
It's like the movie started, and then a truck just drove in from off the street. But that truck was his dead dad and his lack of friends. And it just hit us in the face.
And it hit his dog.
Oh my god!
Don't move him, honey.
Please, Rex.
Stay there.
Let's take him to my lab. It's close by.
No, don't worry, we'll get to that. Like we said, this is a blackout for the dog bingo. This hits everything.
So he goes to school. The bullies are bullying him because they're bullies, and they're Bulk and Skull from the Power Rangers. Because this movie's also Power Rangers in more ways than one.
Yeah.
And he's like, wow, bullies stealing lunch money? How cliche. Wow, those writers really didn't try, huh?
I love it. You can't just say that your writers suck in your movie and excuse that your writers suck.
I guess.
It's because he literally says that. He's like, oh, well, bullies taking lunch money, huh? Well, this is bad. And it's like, what?
And then...
That's the movie.
In like another skeleton, The Lost Skeleton of Cadabra.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody's seen that movie,
fantastic film.
You need to watch The Lost Skeleton of Cadabra. Because this movie has way more in common with that than it should.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, he's playing with his dog Rex, the golden retriever, while his mom's watching him. And then this robot just, like, comes out of the woods. But it's just a guy in a suit, and it looks like a guy in a rubber monster suit. If they were a robot on like a 50s Doctor Who or something, 60s.
That or it looks like at first I was like, oh, this is some fucking Power Rangers Sentai shit.
Like a Sentai monster.
He kind of looked, or like he's just a like stumbling around confused as a Sentai character. Like he himself is a Power Ranger, and maybe
he's
got
a superhero.
Yeah, and got like hit in the head, and he's like, whoa, like wandering around the woods.
And when he wanders onto the seed, his robot vision takes over, and it's like, dog! And it zooms in on the dog. Sensory overload. Too much dog in vision. Too much dog.
All these alerts pop up on the screen. Oh my god, dog, fuzzy alert. Whoop, 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 whoop.
So much so that he has to take his robot helmet off. Because it's
dog gave him too much
brain.
Data. Yes,
and then
it's frying his literal brain to see this dog.
And then he's explaining that he's a .com billionaire wearing a robot suit, walking around the woods with his dog vision.
Well, and this is something that I don't get at all with what this movie is saying. Because he's like, oh, I made all of my money in the .com era. Like, I'm this .com millionaire. And she goes, oh, you're the guy that, like, built that big building over on whatever avenue and stuff. And he's like, yeah, like, you want to rent it? Like, he does this whole thing where it's like, oh, yeah, I lost all my money. I'm really down on my luck.
But he's still rich.
But then we learn later on that he has an entire company and a gigantic lab, and he's some super genius developing products still. And you're like, that's not... Is that how... Yeah, the .com bubble, you know, where... Everybody made tons of money, and then everybody wandered into the sunset, happily ever after. That's what happens in a bubble, right?
As he's explaining this, a truck just veers into the woods from nowhere.
Well, he puts the costume back on. He explains that he's analyzing gigabytes of data
a second, yeah. Because his robot brain is so much better than his human brain.
Which I'm sure it is. And yeah, he puts the helmet back on, and then he walks out into the forest. As you said, it's just the forest. It's not a road.
Where did this truck come from? It's just there's a truck. But as he's just standing there in his stupid kaiju rubber monster robot costume.
It looks so bad.
The truck veers into him, and then the dog's like, I gotta save him. I gotta jump in front of that bullet for him. I'm the dog.
I love how much it's just like, oh my god, it's like, there's a car coming. Yell for it. No, he's analyzing gigabytes of data a second.
He can't pay attention. He's got information overload.
He's analyzing so much data that he can't analyze the truck that's running him the fuck over.
So the dog jumps in front of the car. And it not only gets hit, but, like, rolls under both tires.
Oh, yeah.
It's brutal.
They're really graphic and weird at a lot of points in this film, in a way that, even for us with our experience, I found kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Like, every once in a while, like, a character will just drop, like, a swear. Like, they'll just be like, "Ah, shit," and you're like, "Wait, what? Made for TV kids film? Like, what?"
I
Like,
wonder, maybe it aired on, like, I don't know, Spike or something. I don't know.
Right? Like, it feels like that in some ways.
How?
Because, so the dog gets fucking totaled,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy goes, "Ah, I see. This is an opportunity for me to insert my brainwave chips into the dog."
I can finally, I don't know, what's he trying to, he's trying to, like, bring his business back.
At long last, the FDA won't be able to track me for this one. Or whatever, like nobody'll know that I'm testing on animals here. This dog's dead. Nobody's gonna tell.
Because after the dog gets hit, he's like, "Don't worry, I got this. Shouldn't we take the dog to, like, a vet or something? That dog's very hurt." "No, we'll take him to my science lab where I do science. Don't worry, I've been working on nanomachines, son." And
Yes.
And we're going to install nanomachines and organs made from AI into his body, which will turn your dog into a super robot dog using nanomachines. And over time, they'll increase his abilities even more.
But I'm not lying when I say that we can fix him. We are integrating the most advanced computer nanotechnology with artificial organs, making them better than the real ones.
I love that he even says, like, "Oh, and when we can put the chip in here and test it, then that means that no government or anyone trying to study my chip and technology will ever be able to find it and catch me."
Yeah,
this is our hero. This guy is not evil, supposedly.
He tells the mom he's just going to install a little bit of nanomachines and new organs. And then he turns to his assistant and he's like, "Hey, we should install that chip too."
Yeah. And also he's like, "Okay,
we're gonna track this shit.
It's fine. We'll just do like a couple of little things to the dog, and then we get a long montage of them showing a full cyber skeleton and every organ, and like it's like I don't.
It's like
how much dog is left?
It's a ship of Theseus situation. There's more cyber parts than dog parts.
It can't piss anymore. They explicitly tell you the dog can no longer piss. That's how much they have changed this dog.
And the whole time, the mom's chewing him out. Mm-hmm. Because she's like, "Look, I don't want you giving us hope that you could save our very mutilated dog. Because, you see, my husband is very dead."
Yes! That she just immediately just, like, launches into this tirade.
If you give us hope that you could save our dog when the doctors gave us hope they could save my husband who's very dead,
I'll fucking kill you. Just like my very dead husband. So I'm gonna murder him like he was murdered. I'm gonna get that truck and I'm gonna run you back over in those woods.
And then he tells her, like, "Don't worry, we can save your dog." And then he turns around.
I guarantee it.
Can we save this dog?
Can we save this dog?
We
probably can't, right?
This dog's, like, pretty fucked up.
I'm almost ready.
Can you do it?
Alex, this dog is practically dead.
We use everything we have. Prototypes and
Holy shit!
Everything.
So he is just a fucking piece of shit liar. That's so good.
I owe that dog. Rex saved my life. Now please, help me save his.
What? Shit! Then his assistant looks at him and goes, "This dog's been dead. This dog is fucking done, dude." And he's like, "Oh, well, that's a problem." Like, ladies and gentlemen, our hero.
So they just do it anyway.
They just do it anyway. I wanted to mention really quickly, too. He goes, "This is my assistant." And fuck, buddy.
This is my assistant who I have sex with.
Well, and when I say that, because I was talking about how weirdly adult this movie gets sometimes, it's somewhere fairly early on, when they're doing the dog surgery stuff. Yeah. She goes like, "Ooh, wouldn't you like me better if I had all my clothes off?" to him after she's like kissing him, and you're like, this is weirdly, like, you get sex stuff in kids movies in a way, like, but it's all implied. Nobody talks about getting naked to bone in a family kids movie ever.
Well,
like,
she
that's
also
not
asked him to get into the hot tub naked with her.
Yes,
And stuff,
like they're
like,
very
yeah.
explicit about it a lot of times, which is
You know, I couldn't love a woman who isn't as ruthless as I am.
I can be even more ruthless out of these clothes.
Yeah, and there's times where he's also like, don't worry, I'm not fucking my fiance anymore. I could totally bang your mom, too.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you talking about, man? Who is this movie for?
Us. It's for
It's
us.
for us.
This is a
Yeah.
present for us. Honestly, I loved this movie. Not for any good reason, but I loved it.
So they installed the chip, the skeleton, the organs.
They just reassemble a new dog and
They
then
make a new
re-upload its
dog.
consciousness.
And the dog can't wake up. And the whole time they're doing the surgery, it keeps cutting back to the kid who is just so fucking
So
bored.
bored.
And he wants to go home and he doesn't care.
He's just sitting there, like, picking at his nails and stuff, like, oh, when are we gonna go home? This child actor.
No emotion or worry or care in the world.
No.
But the
And then
the dog won't wake up.
Yeah.
The dog won't wake up. After they installed all the new hardware and software for the AI chip.
It just won't boot, man. I'm turning it off and on and it just won't boot.
So they tell the mom the dog won't wake up, and she gets mad because this dog's going to be like her dead husband, who's dead.
Yes.
And
well, to be fair, he did also, like, guarantee, he's like, no, I'm not lying to you. I 100% know this dog will be 100% fine. I can 100% guarantee it. This dog's not fine, right? No, it's super fucked up. Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And then, like, 5 minutes later, yeah, okay, the dog's not fucking waking up. It's like, no shit, dude, you fucking piece of shit.
So she gives him her number and is like, call me only if the dog wakes up. If the dog dies, don't fucking talk to me.
Don't you dare bother me or my son ever again. So anyways,
So they
the
go
dog
home.
doesn't wake up.
The dog doesn't wake up, and he immediately calls her son, bypassing her. Which,
Yeah.
I guess he has a different phone number for the son. I don't know how this works.
Don't worry, I'll call the kid. He didn't tell me not to call
And
him.
he calls the kid. He's like, by the way, your dog's in a coma. Unrelated to what we did to it. And
Yeah, that's nothing to do with me. Nope. No, it was like this when I found him.
And I wanted to give you a moment to say your last words to him. Okay. Don't worry, dog. I love you. You're my favorite dog ever, and I will never miss you. Just like I
Hold
never miss.
up. You're glossing over what that is.
Yeah.
You're saying give him the last moments, but what
over
you
the
mean
phone.
is
Over
yes,
the phone.
over the phone. He doesn't bring him to the lab. He just holds the phone up to the dog's ear.
But it turns out, I love you. I miss you. You are my favorite dog ever. Is the activation phrase to turn on the chip. And that wakes up the dog. So after he hangs up on the kid, telling him his dog is in a coma and will never wake up and is going to die, the dog wakes up and he's like, by the way, I was just lying. That dog's alive now.
Dog's alive. We're fine. Click.
And then hangs up and doesn't bring him into the thing to check again.
Oh, man.
It's the most ridiculous thing.
I just love the, like, hey, you should have a moment to talk to your dog before I, pull the plug on him. Here, I'll hold up the phone.
That's bullshit. It's even
Fuck.
funnier because the assistant is like, wow, I thought your chip was going to work. Yeah, I know. It must be bad chip. Maybe my coding's bad. No, your science is right. That dog just sucks.
That dog just sucks. Yes. Yeah. Oh, this is the bad dog. All right, we'll just hit another one with a truck. Don't worry.
Alex, the theta chip is too much for a canine brain.
Maybe the theta chip is malfunctioning.
It's the dog, not your inventions.
That dog's a piece of shit.
No, that dog's fucked. Your invention's great. It's the dog that's shit, dude.
It's so good. It's so good.
Do you want us to go in the woods and lure in another family dog for you to get hit with a truck, sir? Yes, set up the trap again.
That would make more sense than what happened.
It would, yes, yeah. Like, again, we cannot stress enough how much this truck comes out of the woods. By God, that's the Trucks music. It just has like a secret entrance. Like, it's so fucking good.
So the dog has robot dog vision when it wakes up.
Uh-huh. Would you like to explain the robot dog vision?
It's hard to explain. it's like a periscope.
Mm-hmm.
And on the edges, there's a rotating 3D bone, a rotating 3D fire hydrant. And then depending on the scene, there's either radar or
volume knob. There's
or
like a synthesizer, like volume bars. Yep,
computer stuff.
He's got fucking like Winamp synthesizers,
and then it constantly is just like CSI enhance, zoom, go closer.
Except, no, it's better than CSI. It's because what it does is it enhances, and unlike in CSI, what happens is it zooms in, and it's really fucking blurry because you don't have... Because that's the way that would happen if you zoom in on things.
They didn't put an actual optical zoom. It's a digital zoom. But it's 2003 digital zoom. So it looks like shit.
Whatever it zooms in on just gets super fucking blurry and fuzzy.
What other features does Cybermutt have? They're all eye features, right? There's like very little other features. It's thermal vision.
He has thermal vision, yeah. I was gonna say, did they go into anything that this dog has other than it's smart now?
It has audio recording and comparing, I guess. And it can jump and go through walls and chain link fences and glass.
Oh yeah, it does jump through a chain link fence in a hilarious way.
There's very little this dog got that was improved.
No.
Right?
Yeah, it did not get a whole lot. Like, it gets smarter, and by smarter I mean, like, now the dog knows when somebody is behind a fence with a gun.
They didn't even install a vacuum in its ass. What's the point?
Yeah, like, if you can't have this dog suck you off with its ass, what are we even doing here? Sorry, Kuvo, for making you watch Robo-Dog.
Anyway, also it turns out the fiance/lab assistant is evil or whatever.
Gasp.
And she's just playing our science man who pays attention to science all the time as a fool to get close to him so she can get all of his information about science and send it to
she has
evil
no
German
idea.
guy. German? Russian? Canadian? I don't know what
yes.
it is.
Yeah. He's yes. But the evil lab assistant fiance who is now inviting him into a hot tub so that she's like, oh, well, I wish I could spend more time. And he's like, well, you can't really come down to the lab. You wouldn't understand any of this stuff. You'd just be so bored. And I can explain it to a dummy like you.
She did the fucking
woman
surgery.
Who just did the surgery to install all of this in the dog. It feels like it was meant to be two different parts at one point, and then they were just like, I don't know,
they just
combine them together.
Yeah, could be.
Or something, because like it's fucking weird. It's so weird. And we were sitting there the whole time too. We were like, okay, so this dude's obviously got to bone the mom. Like it makes it so immediately obvious.
But,
that it's
but
like,
he has a fiance.
Oh, this is the new dad, but he's got a fiance, so she's evil, right? Like within 10 seconds of seeing her and seeing him, we were both like, okay, so he's gonna bone the mom, and she's evil, and that's the excuse where he can leave her. And like, yep.
I guess.
Everything about this movie is the most obvious bingo card family dog movie shit you can imagine.
So anyway, the German, Canadian, Russian man sends an assassin out to go kill Science Man. So that they can steal dog, because he knows the chips in the dog's brain, because he has a monitor showing hexadecimal symbols. And he can read that as it flashes by like the Matrix.
Yes, he just reads the code. It's easy. You just read it. Don't you just read code? People that learn code, that's what they do. They just read code, boys. Come on.
Uh-huh. And the assassin shoots a dart at Cybermutt. But Cybermutt dodges out of the way and pushes Science Man in front of him.
Yes. He's like, wait, I'm not doing the truck thing again. Fuck that.
so Science
I've
Man,
seen this happen once.
Science Man gets drugged, and then Cybermutt jumps out a window and runs home.
And you had you died laughing during this scene because the assassin man is amazing. He's so good. He has all of the most awkward mannerisms you could imagine. He's holding his gun, and he's holding the gun when he's like walking into the building. He's almost pointing it at his own face. He's just holding it in such a weird, like, sideways fashion. And then the next thing, he's holding it fine. And then he's holding it sideways again. And then he's running after the dog.
But
and when I say like, running after the dog,
he's like fake waddling on a treadmill as a green screen goes past him. And it's like, oh, man.
His walk feels like he's doing a forward moonwalk, is what it felt like to me. Like, he's doing this weird shuffle.
Again, it feels like an intentional parody thing that they would have done in Lost Skeleton of Cadabra.
Yes, like it just feels like a stupid visual gag. Just like, what do we do here? We need something that's funny. We gotta have every scene's gotta have something popping. What do we do? Have him run stupid. It's like, okay,
but
sure,
I don't think that's what they were trying to do.
No,
that's the best part.
No, I don't think that was it at all. I think that it just happened. It's the glory of a good bad movie.
So after Cybermutt gets back home, he meets his boy. And he jumps on him and immediately breaks his wrist and then runs away. To which the mom's like, wow, something's wrong with that dog. He's way different. He broke my son's wrist or something. I don't know. It's just kind of acting like a dog. There wasn't really anything different. I don't...
Yep.
He's a loose cannon. Take his badge away.
Get a truck.
What the fuck? The dumbest thing.
Like, is it just that he doesn't know his own strength now? Or, like, they don't...
I think that was what they were trying to say, but they fucked it up.
No idea what they're doing.
It happens so quick that the kid's wrist broke, and then the dog just leaves immediately. It's just like, I don't know.
And it's so low energy, I didn't think that it was actually broken until then they're like, oh no, it's broken. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, that was a wrist? Like, the dog just jumps up on the kid, and the kid's like basically patting the dog, and he goes, ow! And then it's just done. Yeah. Like, scene's over.
And then it cuts from there back to Fiancé, who is wandering around in her apartment looking at her mail. Because that's
definitely not evil.
Thrilling content.
Well, looking at her mail, cutting it open with like a gigantic butcher knife.
Yeah. As a like slasher villain stalks her.
Yes.
And that slasher villain, her boyfriend. but not that boy. He just wanted to kiss her.
But not the science man.
Not that boyfriend. The German, Russian, Canadian man.
She's evil?
And German?
Oh my god. Well, I mean, that's redundant.
So then she, like, schmoozes up all on him. She's like, oh, yeah, you want to get hard for me? You want me to get naked all over you?
God, it's so sexual. It's really weird and off-putting in a kid's movie.
And then he sends her back to Science Man's hospital room, because he got drugged, to get more information about where the dog is, because she doesn't know who owns the dog. She just knows their first name.
She did surgery on this dog.
She did surgery on a grape. And
over multiple days for so long that, like, she changed the entire dog's skeleton. And she doesn't know their fucking name.
No. So she has to go to Science Man's hospital room. And she blunders around his room, knocking stuff over. And then injects good drugs into his IV.
Gives him some good shit. Yep.
Which knocks him out after he gives her a phone number and this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
She asks him for the phone number or the name.
Yes.
So she can look it up. He says, "Oh, I know the phone number. I memorized it. It's 555-5555. Or whatever."
Wow, how did you do that, Mr. Genius?
Wow, you're so smart. He's like, "Yeah, I am smart. You want to know why? Because I memorized the periodic table of elements. And her name was Julie. And Julie starts with a J, which is the..."
Ooh, great memory.
No, it's a trick I taught myself in high school. I transposed all the numbers into elements. So for Juliet, it's boron, cesium, calcium, and indium. 5, 55, 20, and 49.
So in order to use that system, you have to memorize the periodic table of elements, yes?
Yes.
I'm amazed no one else ever thought of it.
He has this complex mnemonic substitution password thing for memorizing phone numbers.
Which is longer than the 7-digit phone number.
By a lot, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So she hears this, and then she puts extra happy juice in his IV.
Let's just end this.
And this movie's got sex, it's got drugs, it's got violence, it's got everything.
Great. It's got everything you want, man. Hey, little Timmy, you want to watch a movie full of sex, drugs, and violence? That's right. It's a family dog movie. It's called Cybermutt.
Yeah, it's really weird, because then it hard cuts to the kid back at home with Rex, who's fine now because he didn't break his wrist, or he did. I don't know.
Yeah, he takes like a sling/cast off and goes, "See, all better." And I'm like,
then why did that happen?
How long has it been?
Yeah. What year is it?
Like, wait, what? Like 6 months? Or we get like a time skip here that's not a time skip. I don't know.
And then he's downstairs watching TV, but what he's watching on the TV is very weird.
Oh, God, yeah.
He's just watching a guy cut down a tree with a chainsaw. Like it's a cartoon. But it's just a guy cutting down a tree. He's like, "God damn, that's good content."
Man, look at this. This guy, did you see this motherfucker? He's got a chainsaw. Look at that tree. He's just chopping it. Anyway, I'm 14. I love this shit.
There had to be something better on TV. You can't just watch a guy cutting down a tree, right?
I don't know. I didn't have cable back then. There's not a lot.
Yeah.
No cable, no internet. This is 2002, man. Shit sucked.
You could change the channel. There had to be something.
Break out that SNES,
well,
man.
I mean, to be fair, it's Canadian television. Like maybe chainsawing a tree is what they show. You know, I don't know.
And go whirling down and down the white water.
Don't you put it in your mouth. Anyway.
God damn it. Activate all Canadians on the podcast.
Anyways, so then it hard cuts to another random vignette of dog doing dog things, where the bullies are now trying to be friends with our kid who's very bullyable. So they're
definitely not to get him. Yeah.
They're playing baseball, and they tell him to just get a catcher's mitt, not a bat, and just catch the ball so they can beam him in the face with it.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, should I get a mask?" And they go, "No, that's okay." And our stupid fucking moron main character's like, "Wow, these guys are really my friends. They want to keep me not safe by making me not wear a helmet as they throw fastballs at me.
Yeah.
I love these guys."
So then they throw a fastball at the most bullyable kid in America. and the dog sees it and jumps through the fence of the baseball field to catch the ball.
Like, ripping it, yeah.
And it looks terrible.
Oh, it's, yeah.
It looks bad.
It is peak 2002 TV movie CGI.
So the fiance goes to pick up the dog by lying to the mom that it's defective. So they need to take the dog in and reduce its aggression or whatever.
Yeah, it's having behavior problems.
Because they trained the AI on Twitter. And
oh my god.
And it only took 4 hours for it to start saying slurs. So we need to get that dog fixed quick. So they try to take the dog, and the dog notices the assassin is driving the getaway car, and then just takes off.
Yeah.
Into the woods.
Because it saw that it was the same dude that was going after Science Man not long ago.
Yep. And then I think Science Man calls the fiance at some point to try and figure out what's happening, because he's like, they drugged me at the hospital. I don't know what happened. I got 2 times where I got happy juice after you showed up, and it could be anyone.
Man, I don't understand it. Somebody managed to tamper with my drugs, and the only person that's seen me is you. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
Very strange. Anyway.
We gotta get the cops involved so that you and I can break away before somebody learns out that we installed illegal AI nano machines into a dog.
This dog's running around like trained on MySpace. Tom is my friend. Tom is my friend. Tom is my friend.
Yeah, I guess. and then she wants to hang up so she can take the dog. She's like, yeah, what was that? Oh, no, sorry, I'm going in a tunnel.
Yeah, oh, God, right, I forgot that she does that. I forgot the fake. Oh, no, you're breaking up. Oh, you want to call the cop? Oh, I can't.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing.
It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb.
So they run after Cybermutt into the woods, and then Cybermutt does a lot of math, and like numbers show up above his head, and he's like, oh, man.
Computing distance.
And then jumps down from like a ledge to the bottom of a stream and runs into the woods as the assassin literally blasts bullets now in the same gun that was shooting darts earlier.
Tranquilizers, yes. Yeah.
And he has one of the best line reads I've ever heard. Because he blasts another one off after the dog's gotten away. And the fiance's like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, it's loud. Gun?
What? It's loud, Gun.
Yeah, every time that he shoots it, she's like jumping and covering her ears and being like, oh my God. And it's like, aren't you supposed to be the evil terrorist lady villain? No, I don't know. They show her as really weirdly.
She's weird.
They both portray her as like this violent, calculating assassin spy lady, and also as this like very dainty,
incompetent lady, I guess. I don't know.
Just at turns for no reason.
They don't know what this character was supposed to be.
I do also love that, like, the cliff that they have the dog jump off of is what, 10, 20
It's pretty
at most.
They could just walk around it. Yeah.
They could have walked down.
Yeah.
Like that they could have easily walked down that slope and gone after that dog. They just didn't. It's basically a hill.
So then Science Man shows up at Mom's house with the cops. And they open the door. He's like, don't worry. We showed up here, and somebody up high must really think high of you. So we're just going to protect you now because we're your personal police, Mr.
Do whatever you want. Yeah. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I think that you need to bring a squad car and make a perimeter, and then...
Like, it's like Elon Musk telling the cops what to do. It makes no fucking sense.
That makes perfect fucking sense. That is exactly how that works.
I guess.
But also, that doesn't mean that it doesn't fucking blow. But yeah, no, unfortunately. But yeah, no, he does do that too. He tells them, like, no, we need another squad car and do this and that. And, like, just tells them the whole thing.
He's not the police chief. He doesn't know this shit.
And they all nod their heads and go, yep, all right, sounds good, sir. Absolutely. You're paying our wages, I guess. So see you later.
Is he the good guy? I don't...
Yep.
I thought it was the lady that was trying to kill the kid. I thought that was the good guy.
And murder the dog. Yeah, she is, but unfortunately, the movie doesn't realize it.
So then he's talking with the mom after he tells the kid, by the way, I'm not dating my fiance anymore, so I could totally bang.
I'm totally down for boning now.
And
I'm gonna be your new daddy.
so then they're sitting in a car together chatting. And he's like, I'm just doing so much science. There's just all this science I need to do. And when I have science to do, I can't always pay attention to things like romance because I have all the science on my brain. And when she said
that's why I didn't notice
liked
that she
science.
was evil. Yeah, I couldn't know she's like, how are you so fucking stupid? Like, she looks at him and she goes, so you might get this a lot, but how are you an incredibly incompetent moron that you didn't notice that this woman was using you?
Disgusted by.
Yeah, and it's like what the fuck? This is the dude's fiance that, like, weird. She's a spy. People get fooled by other people, lady. And on top of that, like, don't you think that maybe his life is kind of falling the fuck apart? But no, he's cool with it because he knows that he gets to bone a new lady, I guess. Because, yeah, he goes on his tirade on science, and then she just starts fucking ripping into him.
And she's totally into this, I guess, is the moral of the story.
And so's he, I guess. Because she just sits there and goes like, oh, all you fucking science assholes that have no time for anything but your science, you pieces of shit motherfuckers.
If you weren't filling your brain with so many gigabytes, you would be way smarter.
You could just stop filling your brain with gigabytes and start filling it with, like, paying attention to your girlfriend, you fucking asshole. And she's just
no wonder she turned you down for German, Russian, Canadian man.
She just fucking lights into this dude about what an absolute asshole moron he is and how she knows everything about him. Like, I know how you people are.
I guess all that time in the waiting room during the surgery, she got to know
the, like, 2 hours that she's known this dude for. Like, she goes really personal with it. She's sitting there going like, oh man, like, if you didn't spend all your days on your computer and neglecting your girlfriend, maybe she'd have stayed with you, huh? You fucker.
I guess.
And he goes, wow, I can't not be with her.
Wow, I can't not be.
I really think you could use a break from all this scientist work. It's almost as if you've been doing too much science.
Too much science? Is that possible? Seriously, Betty, you know what this meteor could mean to science. If we find it, and it's real, it could mean a lot. It could mean actual advances in the field of science.
You want to know about Loved and Lost? I had the best man in the world up until about a year ago. He loved me, he loved our son. And then, for some reason that I can't even begin to understand, I lost him. And there wasn't a thing that I could do about it.
I'm sorry.
You know, guys like you frustrate me. You know, I mean, you seem like a decent guy. You know everything that there is to know about machines and science, but you don't have a clue about what's really important in this world.
So then the fiance and the assassin are sitting in a car, waiting outside, looking for the dog, who is 2 miles away, watching them with his eagle vision.
Mm-hmm. And the assassin lady is lighting into the assassin guy going, man, you moron, you idiot, you probably don't even know what this chip does.
You don't know that this is about a chip that controls the financial sector and turns you into a mega genius. You can have millions of dollars using the power of technology. Megabytes of data will be passed over.
Man, I can't not fuck her.
No, he's like, wait. You're telling me that this thing can not only give you a kingdom to where you'll rule, and also you'll control the financial sector? I don't joke about financials and kingdoms.
Yeah.
I don't kid about money and power.
Oh, well, in that case, I better ask for a raise. This is fucking bullshit. They're not paying me enough.
I do like that they try and portray this assassin as an idiot for a minute, and then she's like, oh, you don't even know what, like, this chip can do, like, hexadecimal gigabyte tracking, and so what, you don't even know what that means, I bet. And he goes, it means you could hack into every financial system in the world from a remote
location. Give me a shitload of money, yeah.
And she's like, oh, you know exactly what this means. Oh.
So as they're sitting there next to the house, which is guarded by a dog that's 2 miles away with ego vision, the Cybermutt, and an entire squad of cops that are surrounding the house.
Yep.
The kid shows up back home saying, "Hey mom, what's up? I'm home." It turns out Cybermutt's a big fucking weirdo anyways, and these bullies, there were bullies at school, and I threatened to slit their throat and sick my dog on them until they were dead. It was great.
All I have to do is threaten them with my horribly aggressive cyberized dog.
Our hero? Question mark? Our likable character?
Many heroes. Yeah, we've got... the dog billionaire that controls the cops. The kid trying to threaten death to all of his bullies. Yeah, heroes.
And the German, Russian, Canadian man is drinking milk out of their fridge. For some reason.
He just made it in there. Yeah, he got past everybody. No problem.
And he's just there. He's like, "By the way, kid, you're fucked. I am lying to you about everything." And then the kid's like, "Oh, you're lying to me about everything." Well, that was really easy to figure out.
Ah, shit. Well, anyways, you're gonna have to come with me.
Well, anyway, I'll just duct
tapes
tape
the
you.
kid in the sack.
And as he's walking out, we find out that he killed every single fucking cop that was watching this place.
Our villain, apparently.
Our villain, apparently. I don't...
Yeah, they're really mixing some roles around in this one.
Doesn't make any sense to me, but
Yeah, I don't get it personally.
And as he's grabbing the kid and taking him into the warehouse where they're going to set up a trap for Cybermutt, because they know Cybermutt's going to go after them because the fiance saw the way that dog looked at that kid.
And it was obviously love.
It was obviously love. That dog has to show up.
What?
So the only way that the kid can think, I guess, to get the dog to show up is to drop jelly beans outside. For some reason.
Yeah, he drops jelly beans out of his pocket to show where he is.
Which causes Cybermutt's cyber senses to cyber smell the regular jelly beans.
Wait, no, the regular jelly. Yeah.
I don't. What does this mean? How did this happen? What the fuck?
It's so easy to just be like, okay, the dog has a favorite treat. It has a favorite food. Let's make like a joke about it at the beginning where like the kid's eating pizza and the dog tries to take pizza and they go, "No, the dog can't have pizza. Oh man, this dog always wants pizza." And then the kid feeds the dog some pizza under the table and the mom's like, "Man, this kid and this dog, like a family dog movie would, having a setup." And then, he drops pieces of a pizza or something. You know what I mean? Like, you just...
Why jelly beans?
But no. Well, and there's no setup for the jelly beans. Like, it's not like the dog's been after jelly beans or the kid's been eating jelly beans. He has jelly beans in his pocket now and he throws them on the ground and that
somehow alerts Cybermutt to his exact location.
Knows.
Which, by the way, we find out Cybermutt is always connected to a satellite network.
Yeah, it's got GPS, but the dude fucking forgot he installed it.
And he forgot he installed satellite GPS into Cybermutt's brain. To be fair, it was a very long procedure of installing an entire skeleton, new organs, a chip, and GPS.
That's true, yeah.
I can't remember everything installed in this dog.
I gotta break out the owner's manual to remember all the parts I put in.
And then it turns into a Home Alone for a little bit at the end,
but with the dog instead of the kid.
But the
kid's tied up.
Because the kid's tied up on a meat hook, being pushed into the grinder.
Yes, they have a pallet grinder thing. There's like big weird saw blades,
I guess,
to chew up a wooden pallet, and they're like, "Ah, yes, this is our machine for killing children." And the guy goes, "Ooh, yay, we love it.
The child mutilator.
Yes, it's very good." Like, he's just clapping and happy about it.
Very horny.
Oh, this makes me very hard, you see.
Well, he is German. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the dog deals with each of them one by one. The first one is the assassin, and he knocks toxic barrels down a staircase at him.
Yeah.
But the fact they're toxic is irrelevant, because they don't open up. They're just barrels.
He just hits them. But they have to show they're very toxic, just in case.
I guess. And then he uses math to calculate the exact projectile to throw a wrench onto German, Russian,
He
Canadian
just
man.
drops it on him. He drops it. He doesn't need to calculate shit. He just drops a wrench on his head.
But it shows the math and the calculating and the arrows, and it's like it's down.
It's down.
Down.
Down, dog.
And then the third one is the fiance, who he needs to deal with by dropping toxic barrels on her down the staircase. She goes to the same staircase, sees the assassin down at the bottom, unconscious, with barrels on top of him, sees the dog standing at the top of the staircase with a barrel next to it, and she gets halfway up the staircase and then goes, maybe I should turn my back and look back down the staircase at the other person, and then the dog knocks her from behind with the barrel. It's so dumb. But the kid's still good. On the conveyor belt to the grinder. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he also has to save the kid. So he does some math. Looking at the kid going in, he's like, damn, that kid's about to die. Huh. Then looks up. Oh, yeah, there's a wire going up there. Down. Yeah, they have, electrical route and all of this math going across the screen again. As he just follows a wire to a wall. And then the dog's genius plan, Cybermutt's genius plan to deal with the situation is to grab the huge copper electrical wiring. Yes. Going into the wall. In its mouth. The entire panel box. And rip them out. And somehow not get electrocuted. Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And that's the most wild thing about it. How'd that dog not get electrocuted? Just hit us. Does it not have an emergency stop button? OSHA needs to come into this fucking work site. So after the dog deals with all three villains and saves the kid, the cops show up. Doing a great job. Yeah. Doing a great job. Love those. Our everyday heroes. And this is after the beginning of the movie, the beginning of the VHS tape, had a thing about our heroes. Yes. Everyday heroes. They have an everyday heroes, about how good cops are. Box set of VHS tapes that you can see to talk about how cool cops are. And what did the cops do in this movie? They listened to the rich person about what to do. They sat in a car, got shot and killed, and then showed up late. Yep, and did nothing. Correct. Our heroes. Everyday heroes. Those boys in blue, they sure got it. Fucking hell. This is a very accurate portrayal of a lot of the police force. Oh, man. And then it cuts to Science Man getting it on with the mom as they're flirting, and he's like, well, I guess I just have to show up your house every day now, and then maybe stay late nights, maybe you need bed. See, because dog. And now they're BuzzFeed boning. and then it goes back to the kid. He's like, yeah, that's my dog. He's the robotic retriever robot. I'll come up with a better name later when we go on TV because we're going to be famous. And I don't care about this dog. I just want to use it for my own personal exploitation. I love how quickly he's like, oh man, I need to get the dog back so I can get on Letterman. Which is a line that he says. And it's like, wow, how loving. And he throws the frisbee and the dog jumps through the air and the kids are like, what? And he freeze frame, and Cyber dog, that dog don't even piss. Cybermutt, don't need to pee when you're a robot. We get like a fucking theme song for this dog about how much it can't piss. No notes. The movie. Perfect. It's... Is this the best dog we've ever seen, or the best dog anyone's ever seen, is my question, now that we get to rate the dog. This is another, I think, this feels like a movie they made for us. I don't know how we keep running into this. This is only for a specific audience, and that audience is two idiots. I'm dumb enough to watch this film, and it's fantastic, for me specifically. So the dog is Rex, who is called Cybermutt. Yes. And Rex is a golden retriever who...
He's not a mutt. He's a golden
Is not a mutt
Wait.
at all. Yeah.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a purebred golden retriever. I just realized that. I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't a mutt.
Sure is. Cybermutt Rex also, I don't know, jumps in front of cars to save the president. I guess that's a pretty cool...
he jumps in front of cars to save Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
He is jumping in front of a truck to save the .com billionaire.
He threatens bullies. He knocks down toxic barrels. Does math, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, what did this dog actually do in this movie? Dropped a wrench?
I mean, it beat up the assassin German, American, Canadian, UK hit squad.
If you're gonna make a war machine that saves billionaires...
I mean, that's obviously his... Yeah, you know that science man is like, oh, I'm glad we recovered this dog. Now I can sell him to the government that I want as a weapon.
Yeah, I think, the more I think about it, the less I like Cybermutt as a dog. And it's not even a dog anymore. There's more robot than dog in there. Like...
Yes, this Dog of Theseus is really,
I think that's my rating. Dog of Theseus out of 10. There's not even a dog in there anymore.
I think that the soul of a dog can continue. I'd fall on the other side of this philosophy.
Uh-huh.
And, I'm gonna have to rate this dog a 0 out of 10 because it loves the cops and helps .com billionaires sell weapons to
and bone your mom
and fuck your and it gets somebody to fuck your mom. What the hell, dog? you get this dog as a kid, and what this dog does is it immediately gets you a new dad who's a piece of shit .com fucking wonderkin and gets him to bone your mom while like bringing cops to your house.
What a bad dog. Yeah,
what a terrible dog.
There's one thing I forgot. At one point, when they were shooting the dog in the woods, not with a gun or a car, but with a camera.
Sure.
I need to point that out, because they did both of those things, too. They got some B-roll of the dog running around, and then the dog just lifts the leg and pisses, which is probably why they were talking about the dog not pissing so much afterwards. Because they like digital zoomed on it while it was doing it. It's like,
they just accidentally caught the dog pissing and then decided to like make it a highlight.
Like, is that dog pissing? Yeah, that dog's pissing.
And then they zoom out. Zoom back out, and they just keep it in. They just put that in.
I don't know why that was in there, but it makes sense with the song at the end, I guess.
Yeah, like all the characters are talking, and the dog is in the background pissing, and they like pan the camera over to the pissing dog, zoom in a little, and they're like, "Yeah, that dog's pissing." Zoom back out and go back to the conversation, and you're like, "What did we?"
The camera guy get bored?
Like, what is?
What was that?
You could reshoot that, right? Like, is that a thing that you could redo?
Well, you don't need to shoot that, one. Two, your editor doesn't need to keep it in.
No, it does not. Yeah.
No notes.
No notes. Movie. Perfect movie.
Anyway, that's it.
A+ film. A+ film. F dog.
Yeah. That's it for this episode, I guess. Thank you for listening to Ruff Cuts.
Starting out the year on a banger, everyone.
I guess.
Mostly banging her mom!
Oh my god. You can check us out on social media, Ruff Cuts Cast, at co-host, as well as Blue Sky. We have a Patreon, which you can help support this podcast if you like the content that you are listening to. And if you don't, you can give us $10 to shut up. Give us money.
Do we have a shut up tier?
Do we?
Do that. I would
Maybe.
Do that.
I don't know. Do we?
You said $10. Do we need a $10 tier for shut up? We'll never post again if somebody just... We might need to raise that rate a little bit. Low. Yeah, we might need to raise this rate just a touch, boys.
And you can email us at roughcutscast@gmail.com. This was Lost Media. And you know what? I don't think it should have been lost.
No.
That's where I am on this one.
I'm glad that we retrieved this golden movie from the garbage.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, I know, I gotcha. Because we
Anyways,
installed
I'm
a
gonna go
nano machine chip in its brain.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go and not piss.
Now, there was a time when Rex couldn't fly or jump. Why, he could barely walk at all. Things looked real grim. Man, it was doggone mangy. Dr. Preston came to the rescue. Man, that guy is crazy. Cybermutt. Cybermutt. Dogs don't jump and dogs don't fight, and they don't see an infrared or crush the walls or smell no jelly bean. Why? They don't even pee. Well, I guess they do that sometimes. Cybermutt.